And finally, with the 7 golden rules and the 7 fundamentals to look at and the foundations to look at when you're looking at buying a buy-to-let property is buying right. The ability to purchase that property for the right price is going to be massive in terms of whether you're going to see success or results from your potential buy-to-let. Now that can come in a whole myriad of ways, but typically it's looking at how can you assess market value at that time compared to the price that you're going to be securing it for. Now, a key caveat to this is we have absolutely purchased properties that are 100% market value at that time of securing. And on the odd occasion, we've purchased properties where we've slightly overpaid to what the market value is. The main reason for that has been because there's been other areas where we can see we can add value. Maybe it's a property where we can get gain with planning, or a property where we can do significant refurbishment and really change the dynamic of that asset and really gain value with that. So there are these outliers, there are these situations where you may want to pay 100% market value for a property, especially also in a very competitive market. Maybe you're looking at properties, it comes on the market in the morning and typically sold in the afternoon in some locations because it's so hot in that area. Well, then there can be some value add for buying a property at 100% market value because you can secure it quickly. And if you're confident the area is going to go up in value over a short period of time, fantastic, you can kind of create value there. But we would always say, when we're looking for our own buy-to-let portfolios, is we look at the longer term. So whatever's happening in that short-term time horizon, whether prices are going up or staying static or going down, if we're looking at a longer term kind of time horizon, what does that purchase price kind of look like in that extended time of maybe 5 years or 10 years or even 20 years? And also kind of compare that to the asset values and market values of what the market is showing for now. Now, I'd love to say that there's a particular guide or figure here. So you buy properties, you might have heard of BMV or below market value. If you can buy them below market value, great. And if you can buy them for 25%, fantastic, or 20% or 15%, fantastic. But that's not always the main reason to kind of secure a property. Again, another kind of example, if it were, we've purchased properties before where the discount has looked fantastic on paper. It's been sort of 25, 30%, even higher on some properties. But the longer term consideration for that property has been quite weak. So we've gone into it, we've purchased it because it's been a big discount. And then over the course of time, maybe the rentals haven't been that great. It's been a poor tenant profile, or the capital growth has been zero or even declined in the area because there's just been no investment in that location. So if you're going headstrong into a property and you only look at discount, you might miss all of these other key variables. So it's important to consider buying right, but it's one of 7 other criteria. So instead of just looking for a percentage or a particular discount on a property, make sure you do consider the purchase price alongside these other criteria. And if you can buy it for a discount compared to that local market value at that time, and it has great location potential, has great capital growth potential, good tenant profile, good rental yield, then that's fantastic, and that's a real good, strong starting point to be in. In terms of sourcing properties that have good discounts or good purchase prices, we'll look at some videos later on in this training in terms of the specifics of sourcing properties, but there's plenty of opportunities out there. You can buy properties off plan or off market as long as it's the right developer and right location. They can often be sold for a price that's below what that market value is in that given area at that point in time for securing them off market. You also have other options of buying properties from maybe more motivated type sellers, and we'll look at those sort of patterns when it comes into later videos. And you also have the potential of looking at properties where maybe they're being sold as a portfolio sale, or a receiver is selling them, or it's a repossession or something like that, where there's a need to sell that property and it will absolutely sell regardless, and it will sell because there's not just a need, but there's also kind of a want and a desire where it has to sell maybe within a very short space of time, in which case they might be available to acquire for good prices as well. So I hope that helps. Hope the context of these different elements that kind of come together to maybe think about when you're looking at your next buy-to-let opportunity. It's never just one thing. It's never just one kind of key foundation. It's a combination of everything. And if you can get them all, that's amazing. If you can get the majority in there of your next opportunity, that's a great starting point. So as a recap, you're going to be looking at those kind of 7 key things to consider: location, tenant type, capital growth potential to maybe add some value, exit strategy. All of these things combine to get to a stage where hopefully you can buy your next property with confidence.